Hey everybody, it's Daryl Girardier. Hope your day is going well. Today I want to give you a few insights that we learned when we interviewed 106 graphic designers for one job. All right, here we go. Well, we had a few months ago, we had the opportunity to hire a brand new graphic designer. We were super pumped about it. So we put out some feelers out there and we got 106 applicants for one single job. So yeah, that was a bit overwhelming. But here's some of the insights that we learned throughout this entire process. One of the first insights we learned was that if you are a designer and you want a job in design at a company, you've got to have a stellar resume. And I'm not talking the content of the resume itself, I'm talking the actual design of the resume. It was surprising to me the number of applicants that turned in a resume that looked like it was just done in Word and Times New Roman or Georgia font, very basic, and said, here you go. So honestly, out of the 106 resumes we got, 85 of them we immediately kind of just swiped out, because they were not up to par in terms of the resume itself being a design aesthetic. We thought they can lay out a resume well, they probably can do a page layout well, okay? So they probably can do other things well. So resume, making sure it's done well and it looks really stellar was top of our list. So that was easy for us. 85 of the applicants out the door after that. So that leaves us, like 21 applicants left, I think. So we looked at 21 applicants. So how do we go for the next? How do we then whittle that down? Well, then we said, all right, let's go to their website. Let's go see their website and let's go see their portfolio. Let's go do a deep dive into them. Another thing that shocked me when this process was the number of websites that were either A, poorly designed, like obviously they'd not been updated in a long time, or links were broken, fonts weren't correctly rendering. It just was a bit of a mess. And I was surprised by the number of people that just didn't have that stuff together, or I could easily tell you that what was on their website was not the latest version of their portfolio, which made me think, you just applied for a job, you just gave us your resume, you put the URL on there, it takes you 5 to 10 minutes to upload the new images from your latest work. Why haven't you done that yet? So again, that easily told me you're not caring about details, you're not caring about your brand, how you're going to be portrayed. So you know what? We got to eliminate them. So out of that, we took, out of the 21, I think we knocked out like maybe another 10 to almost 15 maybe out of that, right out of the gate. Then we did a set of phone interviews, okay? And the phone interviews were really, are you going to be a cultural fit for us? And again, this is the third, I guess you call it the third surprise, if you will. I was surprised by the number of people that didn't do research on us. We did research on them, but how little of them actually came prepared to actually talk about who we are intelligently. It really showed me somebody who really wanted the job, but somebody's going to do a lot of research on us and even have current opinions about our current design work, what they would improve on, what they would change. That showed me that they had a lot of vested interest in us as an organization and they really wanted to be here. And that was huge for us. So again, I probably knocked off another 5 out of that. And then it came down to like a top 3 or 4. So we went from 106 down to 3 or 4 based off of those things. And then when we get to this last part, and this is the part that I think most designers struggle with when they get in these situations, was that the designers that we excelled and we're really thinking this is the one we really want to talk to, really want to hone in on, we want to drill in and see if they're really a good fit for us, were the designers that knew how to talk about design as a designer and not an artist. In other words, they were able to not talk about abstract, but more concrete. Talk about timelines, research, how they execute a project, follow through. People who get down to the details and granular and talk really specifically about how they executed well, those were the people that were like, okay, this person's gonna be able to execute and ship stuff from 9 to 5 every day and crank out really great work because their portfolio shows it. They keep things up to date. They do those things really, really, really well. And then when they talk about design, they can talk about it in a very concrete manner that I knew that if I put them in front of a client, in front of somebody else inside our church, that they would be able to talk confidently in a way that people understand what they're talking about. And they'd be able to get through all the fluff, all the abstract feeling, and kind of get down to really like what it is that really good design is. So that's what we did. We got down to those last 3 candidates and we finally picked the candidate. Lindsay Baker's her name. She's phenomenal. She's a rock star. She's totally proven her worth time and time again. For a reason why we got her in here. We're excited. We couldn't be more excited with the work that she's doing. But we learned these things as we interviewed 106 designers that we got down to the final one. So I say this as a challenge for you if you're a designer or if you're looking to hire a designer. That's the process we did. I'm challenging you to kind of step up the game. But also realize that when you look and you see sites like 99 Designs and you see all this other stuff and you kind of think, oh my gosh, I can't compete against that. The reality is you can compete against that. The difference is you're going to have to do a lot more hustle, a lot more work, and a lot more of you investing in those organizations in terms of like really getting to know people, investing hard, being able to talk about design intelligently, and making a case for yourself. And that's what happened. When Lindsay made to sit down, she made a case for her. We loved her. She was phenomenal. She talked about design well, and that's why she's our designer. So we're excited that she's here. So that's what we learned from interviewing 106 designers. So hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.